Welcome in on a Friday night. It's a Friday night free-for-all, and we are having a great time, and we hope you are too. We want to thank you for joining us as we are going on our new time at 7 o'clock on Friday nights. We figured we can hit you guys up before you guys go out and enjoy your weekend. Get a little sports in with us. I got my fellows with me, Mr. BC and Mr. G Mike, the GM in the building. And as you can see, we are all kinds of swagged up tonight. We got our cups going up. We got all our shirts. How about this one? We're becoming somebody here. So yeah, we're gonna be having shirts. If you guys want a piece of the shirts or any of that kind of stuff like that, shoot us a DM, shoot us an email, something like that. Let us know, and we can send something out for you. That's definitely an up and coming thing for us. It's all in motions as we keep on getting bigger, and it's all because of you guys. So we really appreciate all of the support and the love that you guys have been giving. And we have been also, if you don't know and not aware, we also been started going live on TikTok as well. So we are currently doing that as well. So we really appreciate everything that we can able to get. Share, like, love, subscribe, the whole thing. You know the drill. We have a really fun show for you tonight. Mr. G Mike, I'm sure, is on cloud 9 as his Miami Hurricanes pulled off the win last night in a dramatic. What a game it was last night. So we're going to be having a lot of highlights on that. And we're going to be introducing a new segment called What the L. And this one is going to be kind of fun where we all kind of have to eat a little bit of humble pie as we all have made some bold predictions for last year. And actually, we have video to prove these predictions. So we're going to put them up here.
Got nothing.
Our own predictions and how wrong we were. A couple of them might have been close to being right, but for the most part, they were wrong. So we're going to have eat a little humble pie later on. And, of course, we got our Downbad Debate and, of course, any kind of news going on. Mr. G, Mike, got anything to let the people know about, want to talk about real quick? I know your Canes are going on before we jump into this news segment.
Raising Canes.
Just excited, baby. Going to the Natty. And it's here,
At home.
Oh, my God. I wish I could go to that game, bro. But those prices.
Yeah, that's what makes that game even more interesting. It's going to be at home.
Ticket, man.
I have to freaking go out, show some leg to get those tickets.
All right, man. You know, Easy G. That's what he calls himself on these streets, man. Easy G.
That's great, Mr. BC, buddy. It's good to have you in here on a Friday night with us as well, buddy. How you feeling tonight, man?
I'm good. I mean, I'm happy to see. It may not be my team, but I'm at least happy to see the Sunshine State represented in the national championship. I will always be a Florida boy, so no matter the rivalries, if they cross state lines, hey, at least it's in the state. We got a shot to keep the Natty in state, and it's in Miami. It's at home. That's going to be fun. I don't think I've seen a championship game at home since like Super Bowl 56 or 55. Oh, gee, I wonder who was in that one. We'll save that team for later though. But it's gonna be a fun one, and I'm excited to see who they're gonna face. If they got Oregon, they're gonna be swagged out, or if they got the future maybe dynasty in the making Indiana. It's gonna be a good game. I'm looking forward to it.
Absolutely, man. Without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this news.
News from the world of sports.
All right, we had some big news coming out of Miami. Speaking of Miami, it's a lot of stuff going on in Miami. MIA, right? YG, my 305 don't stop, I guess, right?
Never.
Well, anyways, man, we got, excuse me, we had some news coming out that all the coaches' firings that's been going on lately, and there was another one to add to the list. And this one's a pretty interesting one. Mike McDaniel got fired by the Miami Dolphins and is let go. And it was they were cleaning house earlier. The owner has said earlier that they were planning on keeping him around whenever they made that initial GM move and not firing the coach. And now I guess they decided to go ahead and pull the trigger and get rid of the coach as well. BC, my buddy, what do you think about this one, the Miami Dolphins? What do they got going on? Their Troy Aikman's coming in there to help them find a new GM. They're interviewing I believe it was the Packers GM or Packers assistant GM somewhere in there. A lot to unpack here. Excuse me, Mr. BC, what you got?
I mean, it doesn't surprise me that they went with a firing. I don't necessarily agree with that. I think it's the wrong decision. I just think that they've faced a lot of issues these last few years, especially with who's under center, or rather who's not under center half the time because he's out hurt. But, I think that, they were obviously with any coaching decision, they're expecting a lot more. He just didn't meet what they wanted to do. I think, honestly, they'll probably go with, I could see them going after John Harbaugh. Probably is going to be the leading candidate for Miami for sure. And I think that, I'm not sure if we alluded to it earlier in a previous show or not, but I would not be surprised if he goes to Miami just because He's getting up there in age. He's like 63 years old. I don't think he wants to coach in New York or any of these cold weather areas. He probably wants something a little bit easier on himself. Maybe get that little retirement, area kind of settled in, and no better place than the sunny shores of Miami. So, I don't agree with the decision, but I do see the long term thing, and if they want to get a bigger fish in John Harbaugh, and I think that would be probably the better head coaching candidate at this point in time.
What's your thoughts, G Mike?
I definitely agree with BC. I think that the reason why they fired him now and not before when the season ended and they waited until this time, they wanted to see what other coaches are going to be available. And once Baltimore Ravens head coach John Harbaugh was available, they ended up pulling the trigger. And I think they're going to go for him for sure. Like many other teams are probably going to go for him. His success rate speaks for itself. I just thought it would have been dope if they would have told Mike McDaniels, and obviously we don't know because we don't know the conversations they're having in the front office, but I think it would have been dope if they demoted him to OC and he would have become the Fins OC coach because he was great at play calling. He had a lot of good play calling, and then bring in John Harbaugh to run the team because I think that Mike McDaniel is not really a leader of men. Hopefully I'm wrong, and hopefully, we're just talking mad crap, but I don't really think he's a leader of men. So I think him putting him at the OC, he could run the plays for the offense, but not worry about anything else, would have been the better move. But obviously, they're bringing in a new GM, the guy from the Packers. So he's going to have his fresh slate right there put in front of him. But it's going to be a tough spot, man. Miami hasn't won a playoff game in almost, 20-some years. So he's going to be put in a tough position. He's got to hire a good head coach. He's got to see what's up with the QB battle that's going to happen because Tua is still getting paid over $50 million next year. So it's going to be a tough position for that new GM. But them parting ways with Mike McDaniel, I think the writing was on the wall there already.
Yeah. You kind of don't really get a short leash. Or I was just going to say, you kind of don't get a short leash in the league or a long leash anymore in the league unless you're Todd Bowles. But like it was one of those things where it's just not making the changes that they were expecting to. And I mean, I think just reading some of the players' reactions to it, I saw like Tua was kind of looking forward to a fresh start. I don't know if that means like a fresh start as in a new coaching staff or if he's just like, you know what, I liked it where I was at. I want to peace out, cut me or whatever. Maybe he'll go. Tyreek Hill was, I think, a little more cryptic in his. It was just kind of like, dang. And it's like, okay, well, is that like, dang, like,
that's typical Tyreek Hill though.
I know. So it's kind of like on the fence. Like we don't really know where his thoughts are there with that. But, it definitely, like G Mike said, leader of men, not really. He's still pretty young. So I don't think he's developed that aspect of his character. But dude knows how to call plays and he is creative as heck. So like that, he's going to be a hot commodity. I don't know if he'll be a head coaching candidate necessarily. I feel like offensive coordinator is probably going to be his next hire just so that way he gets more rounds doing what he does best.
Hey.
No, I totally agree with that as well. I don't think that McDaniel is, and there's no offense to him. I just think his personality comes off that he's not the rah kind of guy or anything like that. But I think he is a genius play caller. I mean, we can go back 3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago, max. That Miami had like the number one offense in the league. They were high flying. It was all about the speed. Things just started to deteriorate because of injuries and injuries really did play a lot in this. But I think Mike McDaniel will get another job, but I don't think he'll be a head coach. I think he'll be an amazing OC somewhere else, and I think he's going to stick in that position. His personality to me, just that's what he fits better. And sometimes we've been talking about it for the last couple of weeks, especially with all the head coaches hirings and firings. Some guys are just better at being OCs or DCs. And there's nothing wrong with that. You can have an illustrious career and you're still in the league and you still mean something and you still have a name. And I think that's where his lane would be. He is young, like you were saying, so he'll probably get one more crack at it later on, but I don't think it's going to happen for a little while. I think that he was almost too passive and too much of a player's coach, at least to the media, just kind of ate him alive sometimes. Funny guy in the media room. He had a lot of funny lines and interesting guy, but I just don't think that he's going to work out that well as a head coach. Yeah, he was just kind of an awkward guy sometimes, but had some funny lines. So I do think that he will get another job pretty soon. I don't think that he'll be one of those guys that's waiting a long time because of how offensive minded the league is right now. So I can see him going back in, hell, even San Francisco, where he came from before, or something along those lines, and restarting back over.
I think, yeah, San Fran is an option. It wouldn't surprise me as well if the Bucs, because they're looking for an OC. They just fired Josh Grisard. So, and he came from Miami. He came from that system. So why not, get a guy that actually knows the system better and was more creative? And that, it could be, he's not my top candidate, but I wouldn't be mad getting Mike McDaniels ROC. So,
and he stays in that Florida weather. I think that job is very enticing for him.
Yeah, play with Baker.
Yeah. So do you think Miami was it coaching, or is it just they need a clean house in general? Because Miami had a lot of ups and downs. They had towards the end of the season, they had a good stretch of games where they were playing hard. They looked like a good team. They looked like they were turning things around, and that's what it's kind of been for Miami for the last couple of years under his regime. Is that they start off really kind of just out of sync, and then all of a sudden, midway through, towards the end, they come on strong and start playing better. Do you think that it's kind of clean house with this team, or is it maybe just new coaches and this will kind of write itself out?
I think.
Go ahead, Jim.
I think the GM had to go for sure because the Miami fans were dying for that guy to get fired, and he's been there so many years, and they haven't won a playoff game in his whole tenure. So I think a new GM first start, I think that was the move to go with. Parting ways with Mike McDaniel, again, I think it would have been better demoting him, putting him OC, and try to go get another head coach that can actually run a team together. I think that would have been the best thing. But maybe McDaniel didn't want to get demoted. Maybe they had a conversation, and he was like, "Nah, I'm out of here. I'm gonna try and get a head coaching job somewhere else, or I'm gonna try to get an OC job somewhere else. Who knows?" But I really think that the GM was supposed to go for sure. Now, cutting ties with the head coach or the other coaches, or even Tua, I don't know if that's really the move.
Yeah, I feel like most of the issues just kind of stem from who's under center. Again, just because I think where Tua has gone, this Miami team has gone. When he's been playing healthy, firing on all cylinders, it's looked like the best offense in the league by leaps and bounds. But when because they just have so much unmatched speed, he's able to get the ball to his playmakers so quick, and they're able to play their strengths. But when he's not there and you're having to continually get in new quarterbacks or adjust to different tempos, it's really tough. So I don't give McDaniel the full blame for it, but right, like G Mike said, writing's on the wall, and unfortunately, teams are going to need a scapegoat. GM, I thought for sure getting rid of him would have been great, but apparently he was going to bring McDaniel down with him too. So I think it's unfortunate.
Yeah, I think that there had to be something to happen in Miami. Coaches or something. I think they kind of do need to just rebuild. And unfortunately for Miami fans, they've been rebuilding, it seems like, for decades now. But I do think that with the right talent in there and the right group of people, it could turn around. It's a destination still, no matter what. Free agents, if you guys get a winning team, free agents are always going to want to go to Miami just because the city, taxes, the whole in general. So I don't think that they're too far away from being able to figure it out. I just think they need to get the right people in the building to be able to do it. And if that's Tua or if it's not, but there's a lot coming for the Miami Dolphins, I think, in the next couple of months. I think this is going to be a big year for them coming around and changing things up obviously with new head coach coming in. Yeah. All right. Well, there was some other news coming out of sports, man. It was a wild week this has been. Trae Young is getting dealt to the Washington Wizards. He is gone. He is out of here.
My boy.
So we'll see CJ McCollum and Corey. And so they basically, this was a weird trade to me that the rumors were that he actually wanted to go to Washington. Who the hell wants to go to Washington? I don't really know. I don't see what you want to go there. What there is, it's like purgatory for basketball right now.
I've got the solution to it. He wants to do what MJ never could do and take them to a championship. And by doing that, he is the GOAT. No, I'm just kidding.
He's not going to do that. And
no.
Maybe that makes a little bit of sense, but he's not going to do that.
Nah, I don't know.
He needs to play better defense before that even happens.
It's kind of hard when you're it's kind of hard when you're 6'1" and $170 though, man.
No, it's not. It's not. You're lower to the ground. You could literally get low.
But you've got your
defender, and
you've got no beef though. You got no mass, man. You get moved.
He doesn't have strength, but he can have finesse. He can have speed. He can have agility. You can't be out there just lollygagging. I'm I'm going to get on
gotta
offense.
be
I'm going to score 25 points per game. I'm going to dish out 8 assists. Of course, yeah, that's great. Don't get me wrong. But you can't stop a soul.
Yep. He's a walking 2010. He's a walking 2010 every night. But yeah, he's turnstile.
Yeah, I don't know if there was some sort of connection with Washington or what the desire to go to Washington was. Have you guys heard anything where or why or like what was the reasoning behind that one that he wanted to go to Washington?
I mean, that's what I'm trying to figure out right now. Like, I'm still figuring that out, man. I'm like, is there something I might have missed? Like, some kind of did we miss some kind of cryptic code?
I think it's the museums, dog. I think he wants to be by the museums.
I'm not gonna lie, DC is a fantastic city. I really, really like DC. Expensive as hell, but it is a fantastic city to go visit and hang out in. I just can't imagine why, at this point in his career, that's the place he was desired to want to go. And Orlando was probably like, okay, cool, yeah, we can do that. No problem.
We got you.
This is on you, not us.
We would never have made that
it's not
trade.
you, it's me kind of thing, you know? Like,
we would have never made that trade for him. Like, he's not our guy. He's not 6'4" and super lanky and stuff. And he can shoot, so we hate those kind of guys.
But you see, like, Orlando would have been great destination.
It would have been perfect.
Because he doesn't need to play defense. The whole team plays defense. He doesn't need to play defense. Now you go to Washington and it's like, okay, you went to a crappier team. I hope you know that. And then now you really got to play defense there because no one else plays defense.
They probably could have parted with Suggs, which defensively would have hurt them a little bit. But from what you're getting back, and then on top of that, you got Desmond Bane who can play defense. And everybody else, like you said, like there's
Anthony Black.
Exactly. Like there's a few really elite defenders. This team just plays great D as a whole.
Yeah.
That's the thing. And they've been crying for so long for a legitimate point guard, and it's like, well, there's your guy. Oh, well, he's too short. He's not. It's like, can y'all just stop being so selective? Like, you don't get a choice here.
I think you guys believe in Jalen Suggs too much.
I tend to agree. Like, I love Suggs. Like, I love the point of attack defense. I love the tenacity. He's basically the opposite of Trae Young. He's a big, strong, defensive-minded guard who will, from the point of attack, get at you. And that's great. Mm-hmm. But the thing is that we have a lot of guys that already are committed to playing that style on defense.
Exactly. You need someone who's going to put up 25 points per game.
Yes. And I know Desmond Bane's trying to do that, but I do think that there still needs to be that main facilitator that can be that guy that can spread it out. And when another guy that when you give it to him, you know he's going to sink it from deep. And that's Trae. I would have loved to have had Trae and Bane as my backcourt in Orlando.
100%.
Yeah, and what's wild to me is Young, and no pun intended. I believe he's only 27 years old, so it's not like he's washed up and old. No. It just boggles me why at this point in your career you're still technically what they say. Usually, I believe it's your early 30s. You start hitting your prime. He's been playing for a while, so we'll go ahead and say maybe he's at that point now. Whatever. He still has a lot of good basketball left in him. And why would you derail your chances of winning by going to this franchise here? Unless, like you guys were saying, all jokes aside, is that he really does believe that he can change it around. And if that's the case, then why try to get out of Atlanta? Atlanta has been the same kind of team that they've been looking for a hope for a long time as well, you know? So I don't know why he wanted to go there. And then there's a lot of other teams, I'm sure, that probably would have made deals for him to go to at least be a contending team. It's such a weird situation to me.
So he becomes a free agent this summer. That's very interesting.
Maybe, I think
there's a reason. Obviously, there's a reason why he wanted to go to Washington. Maybe it was more of a personal reason. He's like, oh, you know what? I'll live out the last few days of this, a few months of this NBA season in Washington in the summer, and I'll decline my player option, which is $46 million that he has to go into the next season. He'll decline it and try to get a contract with someone else, where I think a lot of teams are going to give him a fat contract, even though he don't play defense.
Or even just like sign with a contender if he really wants to win. Because again, like we were saying, if he goes to Washington, he's going to get a lot of more. I think he'll get even more free reign to do what he does, which is score from multiple areas of the court and be able to be the lead facilitator than I think he was in Atlanta. I think he's going to get even more free reign here to be able to do what he wants to do. And then, like you said, this is almost like an audition for free agency for him.
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, as it stands right now, the Wizards are 10-26 in the 14th spot in the East. So, like, what were you wanting to do here? at least the Hawks were 18-21 in the ninth spot. It wasn't like they were blowing anybody out the water or something. But I mean, if you're gonna be a free agent next year anyways, why not at least have a chance to make the play-in tournament?
Yeah. Well, I know for a fact that he wanted to get out of Atlanta because there was problems there for sure.
Yeah,
he was having problems with either some of the teammates or the front office. It had to be one or the other because there was a lot of rumors going around saying that he's not a good teammate. He has a bad attitude and stuff like that. So there's stuff going on in the locker room 100%. So he wanted to get up out of there. Maybe there's a personal state in Washington. Maybe he knew that Washington would be the easiest place, the quickest spot to get out of Atlanta and go straight to another team instead of waiting weeks and weeks until the trade deadline.
Yeah, because probably some of those more competitive teams would not have been able to give as much as Washington did.
Or they know, oh, that relationship is stale. All right, well, we're just gonna wait till the Hawks are so desperate to get him out that we'll just fucking give him Doritos and a soda for Trae Young, and which is we're gonna do that. They're like, whatever, we'll give you an old man and a injured 3-and-D guy for a nice 25-10 player like BC said.
Yeah. Opposite of
I think you did deal it a little bit on an interesting aspect that what you were saying as well about how now Trae Young probably has a lot more free reign to do Trae Young things. So maybe it will work out, and maybe he's not going to be as under the thumb of somebody or something out there. What do you have to lose? Let him run loose, and either he's going to find it and love it out there, or he's auditioning for another team that I still got it. So it's an interesting. It's an interesting subject for sure.
But what I would say though, if he doesn't decline his player option and he ends up playing next year with Wizards, I would tell you 110% that he does not care about winning. He will not give a hell about winning. He's just trying to play basketball and get paid.
Stats. Yep. Yeah, it's one of two things. So I'm interested. I'll maybe lean a little bit the other way, and I think that he will. I think that he's been in the league long enough. I think that he wants to go to a winning situation. I think that he's he's done his thing where he's the all-star, the main man. I think now he's just like, you know what? Let me try to get as much money as I can, and let me try to see, let me try to show people that I can play great basketball and fit on a winning team, in the next year. So we'll see.
Sometimes it's just about having fun, though, too. Maybe Atlanta was miserable for him, and he just wanted out and try something new. Who knows?
Yeah.
Well, moving from the court to the gridiron, and G. Mike, I know you have a lot to say as the Miami Hurricanes are going to the Natty, the national championship. The Miami Hurricanes defeated the Ole Miss Rebels 31-27 in the CFP semifinals in the Fiesta Bowl in Glendale, Arizona, in front of about 67,000 people. This game was great for Miami. It was an exciting game overall. I did enjoy the game, but Miami really, really put it on him. Carson Beck played really, really well. 23-27, 268 yards, 2 TDs, did have 1 interception. And, man, G-Mike, you can touch on this a little bit, but Keelan Marion, man, 7 catches, 114 yards, 1 TD, that amazing elusive play where he kind of broke free, got the defense. Yep. I'm going to let you take the reins here as your Miami Hurricanes are advancing to the national championship, man. Go ahead, Buffrand.
Bro, man, super excited to see them go back to the Natty because it's been over 20 years since they've been to the national championship, which was back in 2001 where we won. We haven't been back since, so it's very exciting to see it happen. Obviously, it's going to be in the hometown, baby, in South Florida.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be playing at the Hard Rock Stadium. That's going to be freaking amazing. Hopefully, we go out there and tailgate, but that's a whole different conversation. The way that they were playing was freaking incredible, man. I think if we don't drop those interceptions, I think we win by 2 touchdowns, honestly, because we dropped 3 picks, and we couldn't. There was some calls that were iffy that could have came back. I know that call at the end, the Hail Mary, a lot of people wanted a pass interference on that one. I think, not going to lie, it kind of did look like a pass interference, but shout out to the refs, man, because they always fucking this shit up, baby. Hell yeah, we love it. We love it. But yeah, man, the U going back to the Natty, I think whatever team we play next, Indiana or Oregon, I think we still win, bro. Our defense is stifling. No one can mess with our defense. It's scary being across from them, I'm sure. You saw Chambliss. He looked crazy nervous. Yeah. That first drive, it looked like he was not going to be playing good. But
Dude,
then
he
he
was on
got into his
skates
own.
that whole first quarter, man.
Yeah, dude. He got into his own. He started getting comfortable. Obviously, Lacey was helping him out. He had that 74-yard rushing TD that we just messed up there and missed 2 tackles on why he broke free. But
Yeah.
man, Carson Beck, honestly, dude, this whole playoffs, he's been playing so poised, super intelligent, patient, knowing when to throw the ball, obviously, when not to throw it, when to take a sack, when to run it himself. Where he's had so many plays that he's ran it himself, and then you saw with that last touchdown running in, he looked at the field like, oh my god, it's wide open.
That smile was insane. Like you can see him through the helmet, just cheesing.
Yeah, bro. It was awesome to see, man. I'm glad that we're able to get back there, man. And like I said, no matter if it's Indiana or Oregon, baby, we're taking the dub and we're bringing the national championship back.
Yep.
Yeah, as competitive as the game was, and the final score, I don't think really totally kind of tells the tale of the game. I think Miami was pretty much in charge of this game for the most part. I mean, here's just some numbers here for you. Here, total yards: Miami 459, Ole Miss 398. Passing yards 268 to 277. Rushing yards 191 in favor of Miami, and 121 for Ole Miss. Time of possession. Listen to this one. 41 minutes and 22 seconds for Miami, 18 minutes and 38 seconds for Ole Miss. The only thing that Ole Miss did better was they had 1 turnover. And this is another damning stat here, right here, is that in third down conversions, Miami was 11 of 19. Guess what Ole Miss was? 2 of 10 on third down. So there was, as much as a score 31-27, and you can say what you want about that pass interference call at the very end, or no call at the very end. Miami was pretty much in charge of this game from the jump. They looked ready to go. They looked like they were hyped, and they looked like they were ready to do it. There was a couple of interesting things that did happen in the game, as well as special teams. Ole Miss's kicker missed field goals. And that guy is one of the most money kickers of all time, really. And he did miss a couple field goals and some kicks that he would normally easily make. And they were talking about how great of a kicker he was in the broadcast, and it almost gave him that jinx. He missed that 58-yarder, and it just was off a little bit, but would have been a big factor in this game had he made that. That would have changed the dynamic. And also, you have to admit too, without Lacey out there for Ole Miss, how much do you think that actually affected the game? Because that was huge. That guy's a dynamic player, and they had that huge run. And after that play, their offense did not look the same. G-Mike, do you think that was how much do you think that actually affected? Obviously, he's a great player, so we know it's affecting. But how much do you really think? Do you think that would have changed the outcome of the game?
If he wasn't able to rush the way he did?
No, if he was able to continue to play.
If he was able to continue to play, that's right. After that TD, he didn't come back into the game. Yeah, I think it was what was that? A shoulder? A shoulder? I don't know.
I think it was hamstring or shoulder. I think.
Oh yeah, hammy. It was a right hammy. Yeah. That's right. He was trying to grab his right hammy after the play. He pulled it for sure on that run. And hamstrings linger, bro, and especially that same game. If you're trying to keep playing, it's gonna linger. You're not gonna be able to run as much. You're gonna be hobbling all over the field. So it definitely made a big time, effect for their offense for sure. They weren't able to run it as well. But dude, man, again, if we would have had those 3 turnovers, those 3 drop picks, I don't even think they scored 27 points. I think they only scored 10.
Yeah, and I mean, on top of that, though, too, I was just like looking over some more of the stuff for the game. But yeah, Lacey averaging like 9 yards per carry. That's a big momentum shifter for Ole Miss for sure. Right. And then also too, like we're again, defense doing just enough to be able to stop, be able to hang on and stuff like that. And again, without one of their best players though too, or Ahmad Mo, like losing him like within like the first minute of the game, that was tough. And I think I texted though too, like that's going to be a difference maker. And then like shortly after that, that's when Lacey got the big touchdown run right up the middle. But again, like injuries really have been not just for college football, but just football in general this year. Whichever team outlasts the other is going to be the one that wins. So, and I just want to give a shout out though too, Mark Fletcher Jr. 130 plus yards on the day, 6 yards per carry. Like it's funny. I saw in the broadcast.
Charles called it.
Yep. I saw in the broadcast though too, like his mom was at the game or something like that, and that was like really cool. Like she goes all over, like she travels so much with the team. I think she's always like he always tries to get a touchdown in any game that she goes to. And I think last night was like the first one he didn't, but it's like still, you put like 130 yards on the ground. Like that's fantastic. And it speaks to Miami's y'all's offense too. It's very slow, methodical. Like it can bust out the big plays, but like Steve was alluding to, time of possession, it was double what Ole Miss was doing. They controlled the game, and that's honestly how you're going to win in the national championship. You don't have to play up to Indiana. You got to bring them down to you. Slow it down, grind it out on offense, make sure that their Heisman Trophy winning quarterback doesn't take the field that much, and you've got a chance. And just get after him on defense.
Yeah, Miami looked really good last night. It's going to be I think the national championship game is going to be awesome. Whoever's making it in Indiana or Oregon, I think it's going to be an awesome game. There. It's about to start. And I think that game, whoever is in that championship game, whether Indiana, Oregon, it's going to be an electric, awesome game. I'm really excited for this year. And hell, I mean, it's great to see, like we were saying before, different teams back in this thing, for the championship. So I'm really excited about it. So. Yep. The U definitely deserves all the flowers, all the love. I wanted to tell you guys this story. It was a personal story that I had about my.
We're taking applications. If you guys want to come, the Gators looking bad, Bulls they look all right. I like the new head coaching hire, but if you guys want to come over, it's cool.
So whenever the last time Miami went to the national championship was 2001, and I was 16 years old. I was working at Walgreens in the Volusia Mall in Daytona. Okay, and the reason I was telling you this story was because Ohio State came in, one of the players, because Mainland High School is right up the road from where the mall is over here when I was working over there, and they're recruiting some of the players because Mainland High School is one of the best in the country. So I happened to be ringing out one of the OCs or DCs. I can't remember which one it was. It was many years ago. He had the championship ring on. And so I was like, wow, that's really cool. Can I see it? And he took it off, let me hold it for a second. And I responded back to him. I gave it back and I was like, well, too bad you guys didn't earn it since that pass interference call. And I've never seen somebody get so pissed off, snatched the ring and just walked out. So I had to share that one with you. That was a true story that I was 16 years old. I told that to the Ohio State, either OC or DC, that too bad you didn't earn it. And he was so pissed. So shout out to Miami for winning that one. I would love that feeling to have the Gators get back into the college football playoff. That would be a nice feeling. But vicariously got to go through there. But we got that Indiana-Oregon game about to start right now, and that's going to be one hell of a playoff we got coming up here.
Still got Indiana, so.
I'm riding with Indiana, of course. Just like I say, let's ride with Indiana just because I was born there or whatever. So
yeah, I just want to see one team take on the 10. So
all right, fellas. Well, we are going to introduce a new segment here, and I'll go ahead and present it, and we'll explain what we got going on here.
What the F?
All right, so the subject, the new segment is What the L? And the L is going to stand for losses. And we here at Views from the Stands, we can also take an L if we have to. And let's just say last year we took quite a few of L's, if you will. And sometimes
my internet's going off. I can't hear you guys.
It's fun sometimes to go back and look at how confident you are and what you believe was going to happen and how far away it is from actually happening. So we're going to be going over a few things for the next couple of weeks, or actually for the rest of the year. We're going to be trying to do a segment of bold picks, and at the end of the year, we'll have a winner. So we're going to go ahead and start here first with our NFL division picks. And this one was quite interesting, to say the least. And so without further ado, this was our AFC division picks. And as you can see, we
got none of them right.
Except for one guy. I got one right. The Denver Broncos won the AFC West. We all had the Bills winning the AFC East. I picked Denver to win this one. We all had Baltimore winning the AFC North. That was an L for all of us. And I hate to even do it to myself. I went on a limb and I picked Indianapolis, and for about
almost got that
6 to 7 weeks, I was riding so high and doing so well, and I was hoping to come back to this so I could just talk a bunch of ish about how right I was, and then it went away.
Your prediction lasted almost as long as the 6-7 trend.
It did, I mean, it was bad, and you can only pick one here. But Houston did make the playoffs, and Buffalo did as well. So I'm taking the AFC, I guess, in this one because we only got one right out of all of these. And it was so funny. That's why I thought this would be fun just to look back on. You know how confident you are when you make these picks. Like, oh, this is definitely going to do it. This is easy, And we managed to get one right out of this one.
The worst part is when you put money on it.
Yeah, yep, exactly. Do you guys have any thoughts on how the AFC shaped out, or did you just kind of it's a wash and you can't always be right?
Bro,
go ahead. You go first. You mind?
The Patriots, they're so lucky they only beat one above 500 team, and the rest were crappy teams because that's how they won the AFCs. Yeah. The Kansas City Chiefs, man, they just got tired out, broken down, demolished by other teams. I don't know what the hell was going on with them. The Ravens, that defense was atrocious to the midway point of the season, and then it got a little bit better, but it wasn't even good. And then the Texans, they started playing good at the second half of the season, but the first half of the season, C.J. Stroud looked like he wasn't even himself. Second half of the season, they started getting better. Now they ended with the best defense in the league, and it looks like, I don't know, it might make a run.
Yep. So looks like New England stole whatever devil voodoo magic the Chiefs had. Chiefs got to go find a new witch doctor. Buffalo still cursed from Justin Tucker. And Duval haunts me to this day. I picked with my emotions, and I should have realized, Liam Cohen really knows his stuff on offense. And Liam, I miss you, man. I'm sorry. I miss you. Come back. Liam, come back.
Yeah, it was rough here, honestly, looking at Indianapolis and how well it felt because they were doing so damn good. Like, I'm not gonna lie, that would hurt hard. It's my team, and I was like, damn, I made the bold pick, and this is gonna work out. But you guys at home, if you guys are out there as well, we're trying to get this trending here. Hashtag WTL. What the L? So if you have any bold picks that you make, hashtag it with WTL, and you can get on here. All right,
please share them so we don't feel as bad.
Right. So this was the AFC. All right. There's also another one out here, the NFC. And it looks like we've got the Eagles all correct in this one. We all went with the Rams. That didn't happen. Each one of us had somebody different for the NFC North, and none of
those picks went through.
And therefore, the Tampa Bay Bucks we all went with, and that didn't win either. So how wrong were we on this one? It's amazing. So theoretically, I won the division picks.
You did.
I won the division picks by a whopping.
The only one that got both.
2 right picks. 2 right picks. All right. Thank you.
3 right picks between all of us for both divisions. Good job, Steve.
Thank you very much, man. Yeah,
you want a brand new car.
Yeah, exactly.
So Matchbox car.
The NFC North one, that one's the funniest one out of all of these, honestly, because we each picked somebody different, and none of them got it right.
So bad. We're so bad at this.
Oh, jeez.
The Eagles, obviously, they did good.
I hate that one the most.
They started looking bad at one point in the season, but in the beginning they were looking nasty. They were looking disgusting.
They were looking like cocky.
No, in the beginning they were looking good, and then they started to look like cocky, and then they picked it up a little bit. Yeah. Now we're gonna see what's up in the playoffs. The Rams only lost the division by 1 game, I think it was, because the Seattle Seahawks went crazy.
Oh, because the Falcons and Panthers jumped on him for 1 game each too. Would have been theirs.
Yeah. That's right. They lost to trash.
So we did. It seems like we were all closer with the NFC, I think, in this one. But
yeah, we were closer.
I think it's just
second place. We'll take that.
This is just fun to do. So I'll get myself my own crown and a trophy.
Look into the camera. Look into the camera. Ready?
Thank you very much right now. Thank you. And that's good right there. All right. So we're going to be continuing to do this. And I think what we're going to try and do is maybe once a month or once a week, we're going to try and make somebody's going to take 1 bold pick. And we're going to keep tallies on it so we can come back to this at least probably once a month, if not more, just to laugh at your own self.
I was going to say, don't we have also our awards as well?
That's what I was going to say. But it's not just done there. And
God,
this was actually really funny too. And so the beginning of the year last year, which is really cool. We're actually even real safe. We've been on here long enough to do yearly predictions. We each got to pick 3 bold picks. and what was going to happen for the end of the year. And it's what's funny is G Mike, I don't know if you remember your bold pick for the year, but you were talking about it earlier about Miami, in which we will get to that one.
Yeah,
so
I think I know what it is, but I don't remember.
Yeah.
What up, Manny? What up, Manny? I hope you're doing good in Georgia,
Exactly.
my guy. Enjoy it.
So we're going to start with Mr. BC. All right. And so we're going to have audio on here, and it's only about 20 seconds or so. But you can actually just see how confident we are and how good this is. Without further ado, Mr. BC's What the L 2025.
And up on the screen right now, the legend himself, Mike Evans, 11 straight 1,000-yard seasons. This next upcoming season, I'm predicting he will break Jerry Rice's all-time record of consecutive 1,000-yard seasons at 12.
My boy.
I feel like just the way the offense has been gelling in Tampa so far this year, even with the loss to Chris Godwin, he's still able to figure it out. The way...
Yeah, so the offense is gelling there, huh,
I'm
buddy?
sorry, Mike. I'm sorry, my boy. I'm sorry. Forgive
me.
I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, that was...
I did this to him. I forgot about that take, honestly. Like,
Yeah.
I'm thinking of my Coach of the Year pick, which I'm sure we can get to later, but, like, I did it to my boy.
What the hell?
Oh, no. What did I do?
What the hell? All right, Mr. G. Mike, you're up next, my friend. And this is what you had to say. 2025. And we're going to go, G. Mike, I'm going to go ahead and have you go first. What is your bold prediction for 25? We got 3 of them. Go ahead. What's your number 1? What you got?
I'll start off with what the recent news of what's been going around in the South Florida area with Jimmy Butler and the Miami Heat, right? Him trying to get out of Miami now because Pat Riley hasn't brought in pieces. He hasn't traded away pieces to try to get it better, and he hasn't done anything in his power to try to make this team better the last 4 to 5 years that Jimmy Butler has been here. So my bold prediction for this season, for this year with the Miami Heat is that Pat Riley is realizing that he has become washed, and he is not the same guy that can go and get some players to come play for his team, to come sign, or to get other trades to come out there. Because remember, when Jimmy came to Miami, he wanted to come himself. It wasn't that Pat Riley went to go get him. No, it's that he wanted to come himself. So my bold prediction for this would be that Pat Riley is going to step down from his position with the Miami Heat and probably not be with the organization directly, maybe indirectly, sure, but not directly. And he's going to step away from basketball operations as president. And
oh, boy. Mr. G. Mike, how do you feel about that one, my friend?
We need to make that happen. We need to make that happen still. Get him out of it. He's too old.
All right,
Steve, now it's your turn.
It's my turn, and actually, this one's not bad, all right? So I'll preface it with that one, all right? Basketball team is at least, if not the national championship, at least making the Final Four this year.
Okay.
Crazy as it is, SEC has been always been a football school, you know? Now it's all of a sudden turned into an all-around sports. They got baseball going, they got basketball going too. Right now, the top 25, I believe 10 teams out of the top 25 are all in the SEC. The SEC is coming on strong with basketball, and Florida is looking pretty damn impressive. So I called it.
And they won.
I called it that they are at least making the Final Four, if not winning the national championship. So I will take another one as a W for that one. All right,
there
I got
you
that
go.
one right. But trust me, mine get worse.
Yeah,
I had one good one.
Yeah, you started off good. I don't think mine.
Yeah.
I don't think any of mine were good. They were
all right, well, let's not. Here's your number 2.
I think the Dolphins one that I see there. I think I called the Mike McDaniels firing. I think
you did not. You did not.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
All right, BC, you're up next, buddy. Here's your number 2 bold prediction for 2025.
Oh God. We're going to step off the gridiron and go to the diamond here with my prediction, and it is going to be that the Tampa Bay Rays stadium drama is going to continue. You thought we reached the end when Pinellas County and St. Pete decided to finally vote on the bonds, but I think that this story is far from over, everybody. I am predicting that this year at Steinbrenner Field, in the Yankees' home, spring training home, mind you, that the Rays are going to have more sellouts than they ever have at the Trop.
More sellouts than they ever at the Trop.
They did. They were selling that place out like every game almost, which is more than they ever had.
Not too bad.
So he was right.
Yeah, and they
Not
got new
too
owners too. Yes, I
Not
nailed
too
one.
Good
Thank
job.
goodness.
Not too bad. All right, so G Mike, this is your famous one. This one's good.
Oh boy.
Man, I believe the Miami Dolphins will finally win a playoff game, man. I think that they will finally get it done, as the last 3 to 4 years have been hell for them when it comes to injuries, when it comes to unluckiness, when it comes to just not having the faith there together as a team. I think the football gods are going to bless them this season. They're going to be able to make.
They let me down.
The football gods are going to shine on the Miami Dolphins, my friend.
Oh my!
Got to be elaborate. You know what I'm saying? You got to use great words.
That's definitely, like we were saying before, that's definitely a WTL hashtag right there, my friend. What the hell? And this one is a doozy of it right here. This one's good. You guys are gonna get a good laugh out of this one, because when I rewatched it, I was like, "Oh man, I was so wrong on this one." For college football, are going to make the college football playoff without a doubt, and possibly have a first round bye. I am huge on DJ Lagway. I think he's going to make a huge improvement. I love how the team Lagway's gone. Came together at the end of the year. Billy Napier, I've been high on Billy Napier, and then a lot of people are calling for his job. I thought, and now he's fired. That was crazy.
Yeah.
I think the guy is a great coach. He's a great team
fired.
builder. So I predict going into next year, Florida Gators will make the college football playoffs, and I will also predict that they will be a top 10 preseason team. All right, so they came in the preseason number 15. Okay, so I was a quarter right, but everything else was so far wrong.
Sorry, we ruined
I
your
was
chances
predicting
of
that
making
the Florida
playoffs.
Gators were going to make the playoffs without a doubt. By the way, I said without a doubt. There's no way I'm not wrong in this one, without a doubt. And then on top of it too, Billy Napier is going to be sticking around for a while. That didn't last. And DJ Lagway is really coming on, and he played like crap the entire year and left Florida. So that one is a big WTL on my behalf.
I mean, dude, that changed. That went downhill week 2, man. Like we came in and we took your hopes and dreams, man. We took them back.
Especially when you guys played us. It was bad.
Yeah, about that. All right, so BC's
real quick.
Yeah.
Real quick. My third one, does it have to do with Conor McGregor?
No.
Okay.
No, it was fighting though. It was fighting involved.
Yeah,
I'm gonna make I need to make
McGregor.
some changes for my predictions for this year. Because I stuck strictly to bat. I need to make some changes on the fly, but let's go.
All right, here's your number 3 bold prediction of 2025 for Mr. BC.
If you were to go based off Vegas odds, but I would say for my final bowl prediction 2025, Tristan Da Silva from your Orlando Magic is going to win the Rookie of the Year for this season. I know. I'm just saying, this recent run where Jalen Suggs and Franz Wagner, Paolo Banchero, Mo Wagner, everybody's getting hurt at the Magic, and he has been so consistent. He's shown flashes of incredible play.
Mr. DC.
It was Castle?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it was. Well, the problem is that they stuffed him on the bench still, like, once those guys come back. Like, dang.
He's getting more minutes now, no?
I think so, yeah. Well, again, because of injuries. But it's like I don't know, man. You go there and your career goes there to just sit on the bench. It's just what it seems like.
All right, and so the final WTL for us of the night for this one, at least for this year, for last year, me and G Mike decided to do this as like a collaboration. And hold that thought, Indiana has already scored.
Of course.
Punch the ticket.
Wow.
Of course.
All right, so for the final WTL,
Damn, I didn't put that bet in.
G Mike and I already did a collaboration, so here we go. Pre-show, we're talking about our bold picks or whatever, and I really thought I had a sleeper in here, and then G Mike lets me know we almost had the exact same thing going on. I went a little bit further, so without further ado, me and G Mike will do this one together. It's all about Alex Pereira. Hey, I'm getting better at it, right? I get my Spanish.
Pereira. Chama.
Yeah.
Chama.
So G Mike, why don't you go ahead and do yours, because I went a little bit further, so you can go ahead and go first, my man.
So my prediction was, because a lot of people believe that this fight won't be going on between John Jones and Alex Pereira.
It didn't.
Look, I even said it wrong right there.
Wow.
I think it will happen. I think it will happen probably towards the end of the year, anytime in December. And I know with Steve is going a little bit different route on this when it comes to result of it. But my prediction was just that the fight will happen. Steve, you can take it away there.
Yeah, man. So so this one, mine's a little bit more in depth than this one. I think what's going to happen is John Jones is actually going to take on Aspinall. I think that's going to happen. I think he's going to dominate him.
That's going to happen for sure.
I'm predicting December, something along those lines. December, they're going to have a end of the year fight, and I think Pereira is going to beat him. I think John Jones will retire after he's done. I think this will be John Jones's final fight. Whoo, boy. And I love the guarantees in there. Without a doubt, this is going to happen. And Aspinall did not fight John Jones. And turns out Pereira ended up losing and then re-winning the belt again, which had nothing to do with John Jones. How do you feel about that now, looking back on that one? And am I crazy ass saying that was going to be John Jones' last fight? What the hell was I talking about?
I'm upset that it just didn't happen. Either fight. Him fighting Pereira or him fighting Aspinall. Like, I'm upset that it just didn't happen. Like, that would have been great for fighting TV. It would have been great for the UFC. It would have been great for UFC fans. Like, they would have loved it. And the fact that it didn't happen is super disappointing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's not saying that it still can't happen per se, because the big thing that a lot of people are talking about is that John Jones seems to be pretty interested in that White House event that's supposed to be coming up. So we'll see how that's going to play out. Aspinall is apparently still going through surgery for his eye from that eye poke or whatever. It didn't look that serious, but maybe it was more serious than it looked. But yeah, so that's I enjoy that segment. I think that's gonna be a lot of fun looking back on all of our nonsense of what we got right. And I love the without a doubt said, "Oh, for sure this is gonna happen." Turns out nobody knows what the hell they're doing, and we're just having fun with this, just like you guys out there.
Sports, so baby, that's sports. If people really think that they know what's gonna freaking happen, you don't know anything about sports. I'm sorry. But that's sports.
Yeah, man. So like we were saying before, we're going to start calling that one What the L. If you want to hashtag it WTL and just post any of your goofy, crazy, outrageous predictions, and we'll tag them along with you. And so we're hoping to get that trending and going. It's just a lot of fun. Sometimes you just got to laugh at yourself because life's too short, you know?
Yeah.
All right, so to make more fools of ourselves, we'll maybe do this one a little bit fast. We'll go with our bold predictions of 2026. You guys want to stick with 3, or do you guys just want to cut it down a little bit?
I only have 2 right now, so I guess.
Okay, we'll stick with 2 then. That works.
Yeah, we'll stick with 2.
We can stick with 2 then. That works as well. Especially if we're going to start doing this more often, anyways. We'll have plenty of time to make fun of ourselves. All right, BC. How about you started us off last year? You start us off again this year, my friend.
All right. Well, since last year did not work so well for me, and I because I was trying to actually think positive for my teams, I'm going to go in the opposite direction. I will predict that aside from the Tampa Bay Lightning, no Central Florida team, Tampa or Orlando, will make it past the first round of the postseason. Whether they make the playoffs, get bounced in the first round, they will not see a deep playoff run.
From any major sport, or you're talking about NHL? Yeah,
I'm talking I think the Rays don't make the playoffs. I don't think the Bucks next year make the playoffs. I think the Magic will probably get bounced in the first round again, just because they've been dealing with injuries. And I think the Lightning, they're leading the Atlantic Division right now in hockey. I think they're the only team in the Orlampa area that will make it past the first round.
So no Florida Panthers either.
Oh no, I'm strictly like Orlando and Tampa teams. I even think Orlando.
Okay, Central and West.
Yeah, Central West Florida. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, well, I'll piggyback off of that one for you real quick, because one of my bold predictions this year is I think UCF is going to make it to the Sweet 16, at least in the NCAA tournament. I'm liking what I'm seeing out of UCF. They're having a great run right now. They beat Kansas not too long ago. I believe it was last week. They're up and down, but I think UCF has the potential to shock a lot of people. And I got the basketball run right last year, so why not make it 2 years in a row? I'm going to go take the UCF Knights to make it to at least the Sweet 16 in the NCAA tournament.
Nice. My first bold prediction is that LeBron James will no longer be a Laker after the end of the season, and I think he will rejoin the Cleveland Cavaliers and help them try to win an NBA championship, because I don't think this year they will even make the finals. I think it's going to be between the New York Knicks and the Detroit Pistons. So I think next season, LeBron joins them, goes back to his hometown, try to win another championship with that crazy deep roster that they have. They just need a dude to go up in there with some championship pedigree and, a lot of knowledge, play make, and he's going to help them try to get to an NBA Finals. Not saying that they will, but he will leave the Los Angeles Lakers and join the Cleveland Cavaliers.
All right, BC, what is your number 2 bold prediction for 2026?
I am going to say that just based on first-year coaching hire and everything, I think that, I'm going to counter UCF with the USF. I think that they are going to win the American Conference Championship for football. Could potentially, and well, no, not could, and will be the Group of 5 representative in the playoff. Not saying whether or not how far they'll go, but I think that they made big steps this year. I could see them being that team next year, especially with getting Brian Hartline from Ohio State. I think he'll bring in a great recruiting class, bring in some clutch transfers, and I could see them representing the American in the playoffs.
That's a good prediction, actually. I can definitely see that one actually working. Let's throw that out there without a doubt in there. That's one of my favorite lines.
Why not?
All right, so my second bold prediction is that the United States is going to get back on top of the World Baseball Classic that's coming up this year. Last year it was a hell of a series. It came down to, I believe, Japan and Mike Trout versus Shohei Ohtani, or the last tournament, excuse me. And we all know how that one went. So I think this year, with some of the pitching that the Americans are going to have, I'm going to take the United States to get back on top of the WBC.
USA.
My next prediction is going to be that I think the first 2 picks of the 2019 NBA draft, Zion Williamson and John Morant, both get traded either at the trade deadline after the All-Star break in February, or the end of the season in the summer before the start of next season.
Yeah, that's some news that just kind of came out that John Morant is possibly they're considering trading him now, which that just came out pretty much today. So I think that's interesting to see what happened, man. Yeah, no, that's a good pick. Actually, I can see that happening actually in both those instances. Just a quick second on Morant. Is there ever been a player in the last couple of years that you just want to get right? Like John Morant was so exciting and stuff, and it just doesn't seem like he can just get right or something, man. Like I don't know if it's just not enough grown men in the locker room to keep him around or what the hell it is, man. But just man, if he could get back on top, John Morant was so exciting. So hope that he can figure it out and maybe he gets transferred to a contender and things change for him or something. But yeah, I just wish he would get right.
Yeah, the other dude I would say, I think it's Jeff Gordon. No, not Jeff Gordon. What's the receiver for the Cleveland Browns in 2019?
Oh, Josh Gordon.
Josh Gordon.
Josh Gordon. That was the other player that I was always like, yo, man, if you get right, bro, you're going to get paid.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yep. Just could never get it right. Most toxic draft class, 2019, potentially.
Well, that is going to be our bold predictions for 2026, and we hope and we know we will, and I'll do my without a doubt one more time here, that we will be back next year to be able to laugh and look at this. Like we were saying before, we're going to be continually coming up as we go along with more predictions and laughing about how either right or wrong we are, because so far it feels good to be the king because I got 2 things right. So you can take it where you can, you know?
Well,
I'm a humble king
the
right
margins.
now.
That's cool, but we're going to the Natty. So
Yeah, I think like G Mike will take the Natty over this any day. Just like you took the Natty last year.
I'll take
the trophy we're gonna get is pretty damn cool. I can tell you that one. So I don't know.
Barnes and Noble.
It's a giant golden L. That's our trophy.
Barnes and Noble, $15 gift card.
All right, so what we're going to jump into now, we're going to finish this out with everybody's favorite, our Downbad Debate for the night.
It's time for the Downbad Debate.
Yay.
All right, the Downbad Debate tonight. We have a fun one for basketball right here. And if you can't see on the screen, I'll explain what we got going on. We got Michael Jordan, we got Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, Steph Curry, and Larry Legend, Larry Bird. The title of it is basically just as simple as this. Who gets the last shot out of all of these legends of the game? BC, you're up top, my friend. You're up first. Who is taking your last shot?
I mean, you made it easy on me. I mean, not only am I starting it off, but I mean, I get to not just pick from current players, I get to pick from the past. Like there's only one correct answer to this. There's only one.
These 5 players right here, kid.
I know that they're good, but for me, there's only one correct answer. Michael Jeffrey Jordan. I'm just saying. I know the argument's going to be, well, actually, LeBron James had, with 5 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter, by a game of 3 points or whatever, he had more shots. I don't care. Clutch, playoff, basketball. MJ's moments, man. I don't know. Maybe they've been deified to a certain extent. I understand it, but the dude was the definition of clutch. Last shot. Whatever you needed him to get, he got it. You needed him to get a last-second bucket in Utah, he got it. Last-second bucket in Cleveland, he got it. You even needed him to adjust his game and set the record for three-pointers in a single half in a game, he did it. So if there's somebody that, if I need a shot, I trust him to get it more than anybody.
Man, give me Kobe Bean Bryant, baby. That guy was killer. Mamba mentality for sure.
Diet Jordan. He put the M in Mamba, baby. That guy was killer mentality. Obviously, he learned it from Jordan 100%. But Diet Jordan.
Jordan says sometimes that Kobe worked harder than him. So, hey, man. Hey, and Kobe did it by himself a lot of freaking years. MJ had Scotty. MJ had Dennis Rodman. He had a lot of help there. Not saying when it comes to just getting the clutch shot or whatever, because MJ was clutch. I'm not going to say he wasn't. But Kobe had it to do it by himself multiple times, bro. I don't know. Second shot, it could be a 3-pointer. It could be a 2. It could be a driving layup. It could be a dunk. Give me Kobe Bean Bryant, because the way that his mentality was set up, man, he was not going to miss. He
wasn't going to pass. He was not afraid to shoot it at all. So I give him that.
To my point, exactly.
That man had balls of steel. So I'll give him that.
All right, well, yeah, I'm actually very excited on who I ended up with here, and I'm taking Steph Curry. Are you kidding me? The greatest shooter of all time. I think this one is pretty easy here. I'm a gigantic Michael Jordan fan, and I think Larry Bird deserves a whole hell of a lot of respect in this as well, because Larry Bird was a legend, obviously Larry Legend in here. But, man, give me Steph Curry all day, man. He could get you a 2, he could get you a 3, he could drive the lane and get you a foul. I think this is hands down easy.
From the logo.
Yeah, exactly. I think this is easy here, man. Give me Steph Curry all damn day.
Yeah, all worthy picks.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was our Down Bad debate for the night, and we are going to also bid you adieu. And we really appreciate everything that you guys have done for us. G Mike, you got anything you else want to let the people know before we sign off, my friend?
Yeah, guys, if you are into sports gambling, I run a Telegram channel where we offer sports gambling slips daily. It's only $10 a month to get your slips. We get you from anywhere from $25 to $50 to $100 a day of winning challenges. Yesterday, we hit on the baby, winning by 3. We hit on the chat, baby. And we have an affiliate program as well where we can get you some money and bringing in for referrals. You'll see the link pop up in the chat if you're watching the recorded episode right now, or if you're watching, the live episode. If you're watching the recorded episode, you'll see it pop up on your screen, as well as my social media accounts where you can slide in my DM, start a conversation with me to see how we could get you on and going, man.
BC, my friend, it is your time to shine, man. What do you got going on?
You guys have been watching the show long enough. You already know. You see the handle right there underneath the name, BC the brand _media. I won't say much because I'm going to leave it mysterious. I'm not going to say much so that way you'll be like, there's not a lot to tell me right now. What is this? I need to check out this social media page that I can find with a mic, the camera. That's all that's there. And lots of good times. That's all I will say. There's a mic, a camera, plenty of good times. You won't be sorry. BC the brand _media, bcthebrand.com. Check it out. That's where you see me.
Absolutely, man. Anyway, we just want to, again, like we've been saying before, man, we'd like, share, and anytime you guys give us a like or anything on socials, please share the link as well so that more people can see it and more people can follow and watch along with us, because there might be someone that we know that we don't know, something along those lines. So please, if you're going to give a like, which we extremely appreciate any kind of reviews, just give it a share as well, please. We really appreciate that. Before we get out of here, man, this game's going to be one hell of a game. Oregon is coming back strong, and they are tying up the game. So get out there Friday night, enjoy yourselves, watch some football, enjoy the weekend. It's going to be a big football weekend. We will see you guys back on Tuesday, 8 p.m. Be there, be square. We appreciate everything you guys do for us. We are out.
Okay.
There you go.